Hey guys, this is Mark Yu here again and welcome back to my channel. So last 2 weeks I actually did poll some sort like a questionnaire in various groups in Facebook asking you guys whether if I want to do a throwback older flagship long-term review, which phone would you guys like to see. So I have three phones here: the Samsung Galaxy Note 5, the 2015 flagship, and also the Nexus 5X, also 2015 flagship, and the 2016 ZTE Axon 7, one of the flagship killers in 2016. So so at the end, you guys actually voted for the ZTE Axon 7. So just a little bit of a story. This was one of the most affordable flagship killers in 2016 that was still selling at Ringgit Malaysia 1999, which is approximately USD 500. While most of the flagship like Samsung Galaxy S7, S7H was still selling at Ringgit Malaysia 2699 and 3099 respectively. So for this phone, I actually bought this phone end of 2018, which is around September, October 2018, for only Ringgit Malaysia 599, which is around USD $150 for a brand new seal set during stock clearance. So I used this phone before, so that's why I bought this phone back just for collection. So the question is it still usable in 2020? So let's find out in this video. So thank you guys for the subscribe and support, really appreciate it. And let's talk about the pros. Okay, the first one would be it has a gorgeous 5.5 inch Super AMOLED 2K 1440p display. Okay, 1440p display. Small by today's standard, but it's still awesome looking screen. So because it's AMOLED, so the dips are black, so the viewing angle also fantastic. So with Snapdragon 820 processor, you still be able to play 2K HDR video at 60 frames per second. Not all phones in 2020 can do so, to be honest. So let me show you. Connection is pretty slow, but this is 2K HDR 60 frames per second. Okay, as you guys can see here. So this phone can still play this type of video smoothly with good internet connection without any stutter. So to me, this is actually quite amazing. Okay, so the next one is that as you can see here, you have two huge speaker grill, and you guys are right, it has a loud and crisp dual front facing stereo speakers powered by Dolby Atmos and Dolby Digital Surround Sound enhancement. So left and right here, you can actually have two dedicated amplifiers, so which give you strong and powerful bass. So even by 2020 standard, this is still considered as gorgeous. Okay, so let me show you another video which shows you the capability of this as you can see here, you can hear from it, the sound is so immersive, it's very captivating. It's actually very, very impressive by today's standard. So the third one is actually, the screen is actually made of Corning Gorilla Glass 4, and the body is actually made of solid metal body and frame. So it feels solid in hand, but sometimes it can be slippery, maybe when you're gaming, so it feels a bit slippery. And also the 4-1, by today's standard, it has a dual SIM slot with hybrid SD card slot. So I mean it's a good addition for this one because it only comes in 64 gig of internal storage. And for the camera, okay, you only have a single camera, a 20 megapixel single camera, but supports face detection autofocus and also optical image stabilization. So you can take 4K videos at 30 frames per second, Full HD at 30 and 60 frames per second. So I mean, which is actually quite impressive. And also the selfie camera is actually at 8 megapixel. But to be honest, I've been taking this phone for photo shooting. It's not really that great actually. It can get things done, but especially if you take night shot, it will totally below expectation. I mean, it's below average. It's pretty bad actually. But if with good lighting condition, you can actually take good photos. So the next one is that this is actually one of the first phone, okay, in 2016 that uses USB Type-C connection. During that time, Samsung Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge was still using the regular micro SD. Still using the regular micro USB. So this is actually quite impressive. And the last one is that you can see the fingerprints scanner here. So it's actually very fast and very accurate. Yeah. So I finished talking about the pros. Let's talk about the cons. So the first one is that, as you can see here, I have my DG SIM card in there, and this phone actually supports voice over LTE. Okay, just to show you. Okay, so but the thing is that I've been using this phone for a few days. Sadly to say that the call signal and data connection is actually very unstable sometimes. So I've never faced this kind of problem before with for the past 2-3 years with my other phones, S8 Plus, Note 9, S10 Plus, S20 Ultra, or even my Xiaomi phone, Mi 10, Poco F2 Pro. So I think that it's either this OS actually needs better optimization, or the newer SIM card doesn't really supports on the ZTE Axon 7. So the second one is that this phone is actually a small phone, okay, by today's standard. It has a 3250 mAh battery. So if you use from 100 to 0, okay, it will give you a screen on time of 3 hours to 3.5 hours. So it won't exceed 4 hours of screen on time. I think you can exceed more than half a day of battery life. Maybe if you use it at 8:30 in the morning, then by 5 o'clock in the evening you would have to charge the phone already. So guys, you need a power bank that supports 18 watt of fast charging to top up this phone. So it would take like less than 1.5 hours to actually fully charge this phone from 0 to 100. But this is actually quite disappointing for me. And as you guys know that this phone actually powered by Snapdragon 820. So it was powerful in 2016, But unfortunately, in 2020, you have a lot of high graphic intensive games. So when you play the games like Asphalt 9, okay, even with 30 frames per second, it will still feel a bit choppy. And okay, let me try to open PUBG. So guys, I'm in PUBG right now. So as you can see here, the maximum setting that you can set is actually HD and at high setting. So HDR is not supported. Okay, so even it took like 1 minute plus to actually go into this game. So to me, it's actually pretty slow. So I mean, this phone is not really suitable for high graphic intensive games. But if you play like Temple Run, Subway Surfer, Candy Crush, of course this phone can still manage it very nicely. Older games, Asphalt 8, or maybe Need for Speed Most Wanted, this phone can still support very nicely. So as a conclusion, this is actually a very, very good phone, although it's not perfect. So it has loud and great dual speakers with awesome 2K AMOLED screen. I mean, for media consumption, this is actually still very good. But the thing is, it has weak batteries and pretty bad, I would say that subpar call quality signal. So but if you use it as a secondary phone, this will be still worth using it. And that's all for my review, my long-term review of the ZTE Axon 7. I never thought that I would use this phone as a review when I bought it. I hope you guys like this video, and please subscribe and share. And thank you guys again for the great support. Take care and stay safe.